Welcome to West Coast Jazz. My name is Von Norberg, a.k.a. the Jazz Man, and I'm here with my lovely, talented co-host, Shared Isle.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction, and I am so glad, as always, to be here on West Coast Jazz. And we have an exciting show tonight, Men of Jazz, and we, of course, run the gamut from the 40s, 50s, all the way up to now, and I love that about this show.
I was going to mention, too, last show we did Women of Jazz, and I have gotten so many responses to that, and one of the items that kept coming up was that not only did we introduce the older, I shouldn't say older, but the original artists, females, that did a lot of these songs, and we brought it up to a couple of current female artists that are carrying that music forward.
Right.
And on tonight's show, we're going to do that with Men of Jazz. And for you ladies out there, if you liked Women of Jazz, you're going to love Men of Jazz.
That's right.
Okay, well, who do you got for us first today?
We are going to start out with Frank Sinatra. Who doesn't love Frank Sinatra?
All of the women tell me, Vaughn, please play Frank Sinatra. Here we go.
I know. Here we go with, of course, one of his most popular songs, and it's "My Way," which is one of the 6 most covered songs of his of all time.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, definitely. And another interesting fact is that he did not read sheet music. He just learned from listening to music. Did you know that?
No, and a lot of musicians that play an instrument, a lot of them do play by ear.
Yeah.
They've learned by ear. They mimic other artists that they listen to. But it's a combination of those that study music, know how to play from music, and then especially in jazz, they ad-lib off the original music. So, and that makes jazz fun. But anyway, let's start out with Frank Sinatra, I Did It My Way.
On West Coast Jazz.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do. I saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. And through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried. I had my fill, my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not the right to say the things he feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my
Okay, that was Frank Sinatra with My Way. Cher just looked it up. Another great orchestra arranger, Nelson Riddle, was behind him on that LP. And speaking of diding it his way, can I say that? Diding it?
Sure.
Doing it his way?
Sure.
He had a tumultuous upbringing. And if you go back to, was it Wikipedia? You can read about his whole life story. And we were talking about that with some of the women on Women of Jazz, the tough road growing up until they reached stardom. And that was also true with Frank Sinatra. But I'll let you read his background. I did see him once in Las Vegas. He brought the house down.
Wow.
Great performer. He's on some of the Dean Martin roasts. Mm-hmm. And anyway.
But wow, to see him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nostalgic.
Yes. It was one of those, I don't remember if it was the MGM or which, the Stardust or what hotel it was in, but you sit in those big booths with about 4 couples. And we were about 20 feet from the stage.
Wow.
And it felt like he was singing right to you.
Yeah, I bet. Oh, my gosh.
Great.
That's great.
Well, what do we got coming up next, Cher?
Okay, well, next we have Nat King Cole. Now, what a great he was. And, you know, he died when he was only 45, which is hard to believe because he did so much in his lifetime to think that 45 is so young.
Well, remember the lifestyle that these artists had back in the day. We talked about that before. And, you know, they had a tough life growing up. And does it say what he passed from?
I think he had cancer.
Okay. Could have been a smoker then?
Right.
Yep. Well, he got a gravelly voice, so
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a fact. But, yeah, it's tough. You know, and in those days, the medical industry didn't know enough about alcohol and tobacco.
Oh, no.
And what that toll it took on your body.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially smoking. Oh, my God. Smoking was just the thing. Smoking and drinking was just the thing to do.
Well, it kind of started, I think, in World War II when the Red Cross, blame it on them, sent all of our soldiers care packages, and it was cigarettes.
Right, cigarettes,
and
exactly.
So if you're in a foxhole with 3 other guys, and 2 are smokers and 2 aren't, by the time you had your first deluge of bombing,
right,
they were all smoking.
Yeah, definitely.
They said, well, what do we care if we die? It could be tomorrow. Could be in the next 10 minutes.
And like you said, you know, it made their voices kind of raspy, and it kind of made for, you know, a different sound.
Well, there are, I could think of many, many artists that have that raspy, gravelly sound, and it is a good sound, and, you know, they took it forward. Well, anyway, let's hear from Nat King Cole and Autumn Leaves.
All right, and West Coast Jazz.
See your lips, the sunburned kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days roll on, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. The falling leaves drift by the window.
Okay, that was Nat King Cole, Autumn Leaves. One of the, we don't do sound-alikes, and I'm going to take that back in a minute, because we are going to do a sound-alike to Frank Sinatra coming up. But Johnny Mathis came out around the same time, and if you like that style that Nat King Cole just laid on us, you'll like Johnny Mathis. It's a hesitant, slower paced song that they do, and it's very relaxing. I think you ladies out there will just love it. So I would have both Nat King Cole and Johnny Mathis in my collection. And I wanted to mention one other thing, that even though I didn't ever see Nat King Cole, I did get out to Mystic Lake with my wife several years ago and saw Natalie Cole. And if you remember, they did it was a duet. He had already passed on, but he was singing on the screen.
Right.
And she was in front of it. I don't remember the song off the top of my head, but I did see Natalie Cole before she passed on. And it was a great duet, even though it was electronically put
Sure.
together. So.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? Like, who would have ever thought that they could do that, you know? And now it's just unbelievable.
Back in those days, I don't think their parents or friends or grandparents would ever think that was possible.
Right, exactly. Oh my gosh, that is so something.
Okay, who do we have next?
Well, next we have Joe Williams with Count Basie. And what an interesting guy Joe Williams is. Now, I don't know if he was part of the Count Basie Orchestra from 1945 to 1961.
Yes.
And he was a great pianist. And also, I was reading, which I thought was very interesting, is he was an actor also, and he played the part of Bill Cosby's father-in-law on The Cosby Show for 7 years. And I was thinking he looked familiar, and that's where I remember him from.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
That is amazing, and I remember watching the Bill Cosby Show, and I do remember him being on there, but I think at the time I didn't know it was him.
Isn't that crazy? I know, but what a great musician, and this song is really a great song, and I think that when people hear it, they're going to say, oh yeah, I know this song, you know, and of course this is Joe Williams.
Well, when I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go on.
I was just going to mention that when I was dating my current wife, he came into town. I believe that was, it was at the Dakota Bar and Grill in Bandana Square. And we went and saw him over there. And we sat there's nobody between us and the stage.
Really?
And Joe recognized me because I had seen him in California. And so I just did a thumbs up, and right away he started singing directly to my wife.
Oh.
And that got a little interesting, but it was a beautiful ballad, and she just fell apart. And he also has a wonderful voice. So let's get into All Right, Okay, which is one of his theme songs.
Yeah, definitely a great song, and I'm looking forward to hearing it here on the show and seeing the video on West Coast Jazz.
And we say, He lifted me. Ladies and gentlemen, Count Basie lifted me. He surely is in the image of God. That's how I know God is love, you understand. Here we go. One, two, three, well, all right. Okay, you win. I'm in love with you. Well, all right. Okay, you win. Hey, baby, what can I do? I'll do anything you say. And it's just got to be that way. Well, all right, okay, you win. I'm in love with you. Well, all right, okay, you win. Hey, baby, me and you. Anything you do, I'll say, girl, it's just got to be that way. But first thing in the morning, wake me with a kiss and make up for all of the loving made me miss. Well, all right, okay, you win. I'm in love with you. Well, all right, okay, you win. Hey, baby, what can I do? Anything you say I'll do, as long as me and you. Hard to do, but all right, okay, well, you win. What are you waiting for? Well, all right, okay, you win. Darling, there's one thing more. If I'm gonna be your man, baby, let me take your hand. Well, it's all right, okay, you win. Well, all right, okay, you win. I'm gonna be your man. Baby, let me take your hand. Well, all right, okay.
Wow, Joe Williams. And of course, my favorite band, Count Basie,
Yeah.
backing him. As you said, he was with them, what, 10 years?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And, you know, our lead-in song for every show starts out with Count Basie, "This Could Be the Start of Something Big."
Right.
So he really, the Basie band really swings, and they're still going. They just have different leaders of the band. So, you know, as I mentioned, I took my wife to see him, and if you can get out, we mentioned this before, to different venues and take a best friend, a lover, and you're going to create some fond memories that'll always be there for you. It's not
Right.
like, well, let's just go to a movie and see it. No, let's go see somebody live
Right.
and reminisce about that our whole lives.
Sure.
You know, it was great.
I mean, look at all the stories you have
Oh,
from way back and now, and everything else are just so interesting. That's what I love about the show. Your stories and your insights and everything are always so
well,
wonderful.
speaking of which, how do they get to our show? We have a website.
Right. We have a website, jazzwithvaughn.com, and we have some questionnaires there you can fill out if you want to be a guest on our show. You can fill out, and if you are a guest on our show, you can get one of these beautiful mugs, West Coast Jazz from
Wow.
Twin Cities Graphics.
We'll
Yes.
even put your name on it.
Yes, we will put your name on it. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Or if you have a show suggestion or a question, or if you want us to do a research on an artist, just let us know. And we're always happy to hear from you. So
I think I mentioned last show that we do on the website put up our upcoming shows, and we list the artist, not the songs, which I got thinking about, well, maybe that's a good thing because our listeners can check in and maybe request a song by that artist.
oh, sure.
And that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, definitely.
I also had an individual contact us who is a 12-string guitar player, and we are going to follow up with him as far as coming in and talking to us about guitars, the different types of strings. Even though he's hard rock, and my wife is country western, as you are,
Right.
it's always good to learn and hear about the instruments and how to go about making music from them. So we're going to have him come in and maybe do a little jazz ditty, I call it, and then we can talk about that.
Or if you're coming through town, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you don't have to just be from Minneapolis. If you are coming through town and want to be on the show, just let us know, and we would love to have you.
Well, and I think we mentioned we do have somebody coming to town, Herbie Hancock.
Right, and we are working on that right now.
We
as
reached
speak.
out to him, and
we can always do. I just want to throw that out there. This out there too. We can always do a Zoom interview with you also, and then put it on our show.
well, I have
So-
a couple of sax players out in the Seattle area that would love to do a Zoom with us, and one of
Sure.
them we interviewed a couple of years back before COVID.
Mr. Lewis.
Mr. Lewis.
That's right.
Yeah, he played all over the world.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the things we talked about in Women of Jazz, and we featured Ella Fitzgerald, one of the first woman that got into scat music. And we're going to give you a little bit of scat now with Mel Torme. And I saw him out in Hollywood several times, but he was one of the iconic, there's a group, Lambert Hendricks and Ross, I know most of you never heard of that group, who did pretty much all scat. And if you listen to our theme song at the end, he does some scat. But here's Mel Torme, Coming Home Baby.
On West Coast Jazz.
Yes, it is.
I'm coming home, baby, now. I'm coming home now, right away. I'm coming home, baby, now. I'm sorry now I ever went away. Every night and day I go and stay. I'm coming home, baby.
Come on home,
Coming home, baby, now.
you know I'm waiting here for you.
I'm coming home now, real soon.
You've been gone,
Coming home, baby, now.
you don't know what I'm going through.
I'm coming home, I know I'm overdue.
Since you went away,
Expect me any day now, real soon. I'm coming home,
come on home,
coming home, baby, now.
you know I'm praying every night.
And everything is gonna be fine.
Please come on,
Coming home, baby, now.
I want to feel you hold me tight.
Expect to see me now anytime.
When I'm in your arms,
You're in my arms, I'll be fine. I'm coming home,
come on home,
I'm coming home, baby, now.
you know I'm counting every day.
I'm coming home now, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Use the phone,
I'm coming home, baby, now.
and baby let me hear you say
I'm coming home, you hearing what I say.
that you're coming home.
And I never will go away. I'm coming home.
Come on home,
coming home, baby, now.
You know I'm waiting at the door.
They can't hold me back now no more.
All alone
I'm pressing on, baby, now.
and pacing up and down the floor.
Oh, hear me holler and hear me roar.
Say you'll be with me.
Gonna be with you evermore. I'm coming home.
Come on home.
I'm coming home, baby, now.
Oh, baby, say you're coming home.
That's what I say I'm coming home.
Something's wrong.
The road is long, baby, now.
You want to either ride or phone.
I'm coming home and never more to roam.
Baby, tell me you're
Baby, I'm for sure coming home. I'm coming home.
Come on home.
I'm coming home, baby, now.
Come on home.
I'm coming home, baby, now.
Come on home.
I'm coming home, baby, now. Coming home, baby, now.
Okay, that was Mel Torme, Coming Home Baby. Sherry, you said you had some information about him and how he's one of your favorites?
He's one of my favorites, as I have him on my Pandora playlist, and I listen to him almost every day.
This
His
is a
channel.
country western artist telling me you listen
That's
to Mel
right.
Torme.
Mel Torme, and I have Seriously Sinatra on my Sirius Radio. I listen to that, and 40s Junction I listen to every day.
Wow.
Those are my 3 stations I listen to every day, believe it or not. And then I mix it in, I sprinkle in country, old country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I sprinkle it in. So, anyways, but yeah, so Mel Torme is one of my favorites. So I was glad to hear that that little song there you picked. So,
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
Well, like I said, I picked most of the songs. Cher has picked some over the course, but we want the audience to chime in and go on our website, see what's coming up next. I believe it's Latin jazz.
Mm-hmm.
So like Pancho Sanchez and who are some of the iconic Santana.
Oh yes.
Oh, you're gonna love that show, especially if you love Latin music. And there's our artists are listed. Puente was on there,
Uh-huh.
and I think we actually start with Stan Getz, who
Yeah.
brought up a girl from Ipanema. That's Astrid Gilberto, hard to pronounce. Took me a while, but he introduced her in Latin music to America, and then the jazz artist just fell in love with it, and they started going down to South America, Venezuela, Rio de Janeiro, and getting that sound and bringing it back and then converting it into jazz. You might hear on some of these songs, like the one that Mel just did, it's kind of a rock jazz.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of blends in jazz.
Right.
And as jazz artists experiment, and that's kind of their MO, you'll get a lot of the crossover. There's even a country jazz I'm going to do for Cher in a future show with Thelonious Monk on the keyboard. It's going to be called 88s. That's how
Really?
many keys are on the keyboard.
Oh.
And then I'm going to do 88s divided by 2. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's how many bars are on the xylophone.
Really?
And then there's 63, Why Not Me? And that's the number of keys on an organ. So we're going to be doing all of those shows.
Wow.
And Cher doesn't even know about it. I'm just
No.
laying it on her now.
I'm telling you, and I've said it before and I say it again, the one thing I love about the show is you are a aficionado.
Oh, thank you.
No, I'm serious, and you are so interesting. And like, I find myself like a lot of times, like when you're explaining these things and telling me these stories about different things, I'm like, I look at myself and I'm like captivated with what you're saying because you're so interesting. And I think that's what our audience will get from this show also. You
Well,
know?
speaking of audiences in our shows, we're going to ask our lead engineer over here, executive producer,
That's right.
Richard Claddy. Where can they see our show? We're on 15 cities.
Channel 15 in Eden Prairie, Diner.
Yes, I am executive producer of West Coast Jazz in the Edit Suite here in beautiful Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. This is our home base for editing. And like I said, this is a joint production with Southwest Community Television, serving the southern suburbs of Minneapolis, and Northwest Community Television, now known as CCX Create, in beautiful Brooklyn Park, and they service the northern suburbs. I'm talking about Brooklyn Center, Brooklyn Park, Crystal, Golden Valley, New Hope, Maple Grove, Osseo, Plymouth, and Robbinsdale. So we go out to all of these great suburbs, and we're ready to expand. We want to cover the whole state of Minnesota, and on the web, I'm sure we're nationwide. So if you're interested, we are looking for an intern to help us produce the show. I mean, help run the equipment behind the scenes and help us expand. The more people, the merrier. So if you got an interest in jazz, or you just have an interest in producing your own television production, this is a great facility. You help us get this show on the air, we'll help get your show on the air. That's what cable access television is all about. So let's get back to West Coast Jazz, and we'll see where we'll pick this right up.
Okay, well, they, like you said, they can also find us on our website. Cher leaves all the shows up, the past ones as well as the current ones. You just click on the arrow, and you can watch it on your laptop, on your iPhone, on your computer. So we're all over there, and that's internationally, worldwide. And then last week we started coming up on Facebook.
We have a Facebook page.
We are listed. We have a Facebook page. So if you can't find us, you didn't try.
That's right. We're out there. We're all over the place.
Okay, well, one of the things that we talked about was artists that are carrying jazz forward. Now, we spent the last 40 minutes or so going back in time to the earlier artists today with men. And this one I accidentally tripped across. I was surfing the net, and it was University of California, Long Beach has a jazz station that plays this type of music. And I was listening to it, and I heard this fellow, Curtis Steiger, and he sounds a lot like Frank Sinatra. So ladies, do your comparison thing here. But Frank is gone, so we need a replacement with that kind of style, that kind of sound. And the one thing that excited me was his jazz orchestra is from Germany. I think he's from Germany too. Did you do any research on him?
Yeah, and he's on an extensive tour right now.
Oh, yes?
Over in Germany and Europe. Yeah, speaking of that right now. I mean, like, extensive. So if you're over in another country right now, over that way, Germany.
Well, and if you're not, you can go on our show and listen to him that way.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think on the show we're going to be doing a video.
Yes.
So you'll be able to see him as well. And this is Curtis Steiger, Don't Worry About Me.
On West Coast Jazz.
Yes, we are.
Don't worry about me. I'll get along. Forget about me. Be happy, my love. Let's say that our little show is over, and so the story ends. Why not call it a day the sensible way, and still be friends? Look out for yourself, should be the rule. your love to whomever you love. Baby, don't be a fool. And why stop to cling to some fading thing that used to be? If you can forget, don't worry about me. Darling, why stop to cling to some fading thing that used to be? If you can forget, don't worry about me.
Curtis Steiger.
Yeah,
How about
that
that
was
German
great.
band?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's kind of a. I mentioned that earlier on another show that the Europeans, as well as the Orient, China and Japan, really loved the earlier jazz music that America put out, and now they're kind of mimicking it and picking it up themselves. I'm going to find a Japanese jazz band in a future show for everybody
Oh,
to
nice.
kind of give you an idea of that. Curtis also reminds me, I believe his name was Joe Hartman. For we got older listeners still listening to us, and so that'll bring you back. And of course, it sounds a lot like Frank Sinatra, and he's picking up these old songs and bringing them forward with his German jazz band. And if he comes to town,
I
sure.
loved it. Oh, yeah.
Would you go with me?
Definitely.
All
Oh, yeah.
right.
You got a date.
We'll even get on stage and film it for you.
Yeah, for sure.
As Carmen McRae says, if I don't know what you're talking about, I will personally experience it for you.
I know the first thing I did was I looked for his tour and I looked to see if he was coming to the States, and he isn't right now, but I'm going to keep checking. And if he does, I'll be first to let you know for sure.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you gotta keep a track on this guy, and I would get his LP. I think I did download it
Yeah.
through Apple, but I haven't seen it in the record stores yet. So there we go. Another individual that bringing jazz, and this is more of a slight jazz rock song, but very popular. Everybody loves the song. I'm talking about Masquerade.
And, it was written by Leanne Russell.
I did not know that.
Yes, it was.
Isn't Cher wonderful? She researches all this and even educates me.
And you educate me, so.
Okay.
And I was doing a little bit of research on George Benson, and the first instrument he played was a ukulele.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
so-
kind of a guitar, isn't it?
Kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah, but what a distinctive voice he has and everything else. So, or playing everything about George Benson.
Sure. Well, I think I mentioned earlier, too, that my son plays guitar. And we, a couple of years ago, we had our first granddaughter, and he just bought her a ukulele.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I've been telling them, get her into jazz.
Well, yeah.
She's only 2, but you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, well, tell him George Benson started with it.
Well, speaking of George, we're going to listen to him now on This Masquerade.
On West Coast Jazz.
Yes, we are.
Are we really happy here with this lonely game we play? Looking for words to say, searching but not finding understanding anywhere. Lost in a masquerade, both afraid to say we're just too far away from being close together from the start. We tried to talk it over, but the words got in the way. We're lost inside this lonely game we play. Hearts are weeping, disappear every time I see your eyes. No matter how hard I try to understand the reasons that we carry on this way. We're lost in a masquerade. inside this lonely game we play. Thoughts of weeping disappear every time I see your face. No matter how hard I try to understand the reasons why we carry on this way, we're lost in a masquerade. Oh, in a masquerade.
Okay, that was George Benson, This Masquerade. You know, we were talking about scat singers, and I don't know what to call this. Is it he follows his strings with his voice?
With his voice,
diddly
right.
diddly do, you know.
Right.
And maybe it's a form of scat. He's one of the few that do that. I will be featuring Lionel Hampton on the 88 show with the xylophone, where he kind of follows the each note with his voice. But anyway, what a talent! And when did that come out?
1976.
1976. And how old did you say he was now?
80 years old. He's
80 years old.
and still going, yeah.
I do have, I don't know if we can pan on the George Benson. Why don't you lean one way or the other?
This way?
The LP, and if you can get that long play for those younger people.
Yeah. they're coming
And
back.
you know, try to get the originals if you can on these LPs, and they hold their value and go up quite a bit. But George Benson was totally a talent. He really became famous originally with his guitar playing, and then he started doing that doodly-doo.
I know, that was great, yeah.
And then people started saying, well, why don't you sing?
Uh-huh.
So, okay, I'll give it a try. And now he's iconic.
I know, his voice, oh my God.
That's why he's on a male singer show with us.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Okay, one last individual before we say goodbye. And this individual, my wife and I have seen in person twice here in the Twin Cities and once in Hawaii, Michael Bublé. And I just found out that he's taken a sabbatical, I hope not early retirement, bringing the old songs back. The wonderful person, I've saw him, he always has Christmas shows.
Right, yeah, he's big on the Christmas shows.
With the Muppets.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, how does that, you know,
Right.
him and Cookie Monster.
Uh-huh.
And we just saw his wife in a movie. She's from Argentina. And, but anyway, he had a great band. I remember going into Wax Museum or one of the record stores up in the Twin Cities, and I walked in, and I heard Michael over the microphone. I didn't know who it was, and I had to go right up to a clerk and say, who is this?
Oh, uh-huh.
Where did that band come from? How come I don't know about this guy? I went ballistic about everything he made up to that point. And then I remember taking him to one of the venues here in town. He came down off the stage, you know, like some artists do, on 2 rows back center stage. He comes around, walks down our aisle, gets down on his knees and singing a love ballad to my wife.
Oh, how sweet.
He gets up and he winks at me and he says, if that don't do it. But
Really?
what can I say?
Oh, my gosh.
So
yeah.
Do you have some information on him before we get into him?
Well, I was just reading that on June 23rd, he's actually playing at the Hollywood Bowl with Dave Koz and Monica Mancini for Henry Mancini's 100th birthday celebration.
Oh, okay. So he is going to get out and do something.
Yeah, but that's about all he has, lined up right now. So.
But Dave Koz is probably one of the premier sax players. Yeah, now that you bring that up, because I do have Nothing But Sax coming up.
Right.
I believe that's the one we're going to put on. And I better go back and make sure he's in there because he plays with everyone.
Yeah.
Great. He's mostly known for his light jazz, so I don't get too much into him because of that. But as far as a talent, I mean, he's right up there with Kenny G.
Right.
And I'm sure,
Sure.
which we don't feature on Real Jazz. But I have to shout out, a talent is a talent.
That's right, exactly. Oh my gosh, and yeah, Michael Bublé. So if, again, the Hollywood Bowl on Sunday, June 23rd. And, I've seen videos of Michael, and a lot of times, like, little kids will hold up signs in the audience that, I want to sing with you. And he always pulls them up on stage, and, he's like, oh, I hope you can sing good. And these kids are, like, unbelievably singers. And I really go to the videos just to watch that because it's so interesting that he does that to a lot of
He's
people.
quite a talent and loved by everyone. One of the things I'm going to mention, the song he's going to do is Haven't Met You Yet. I believe he wrote that. So let's listen to Michael Bublé, Haven't Met You Yet.
On West Coast Jazz.
Yes, we are.
I might have to wait, I'll never give up. I guess it's half time and the other half's luck. Wherever you are, whenever it's right, you'll come out of nowhere and into my life. And I know that we can be so amazing, and being in your life is gonna change me. And I can see every possibility. Yeah. I know someday love will turn out. You'll make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you, kid, I'll give so much more than I get, yeah. Now they say, oh, spare in love and war, but I won't need to fight. Get it right, we'll be united. I know that we can be so amazing, and being in your life is gonna change me. And I can see every single possibility. Someday I know it'll all turn out, and I'll work to work it out. Promise you, kid, I'll give more than I get. Then I get. Oh, and you know it'll all turn out. You'll make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you, kid, to give so much more than I get, yeah. Just haven't met you yet. And I promise you, kid, to give so much more than I get. I said, love, 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 love. I just haven't met you yet. Oh, baby, oh my baby, I just haven't met you yet.
Leaving anyway so long. You knew I'd have to leave you, baby, when you treated me this way. Don't cry. And if it's written for us, baby, maybe some old rainy day I'm gone. Perhaps you'll understand the reasons why you're driving me away. Farewell. Then maybe we can be together in the same old crazy way. Take care. So long. Goodbye, my darling. I knew I was wrong when I thought that you could return the same love that I have, all for you, dear. But you still didn't care enough to ever try to love me. Why didn't you love me? Why didn't you ever love me? Maybe you'll understand the reasons why you're letting me go when, oh, I love you so. Gave you money, comfort too, loved you only you, dear. But you didn't care a thing about me. All you wanted was to have your fun without me. Oh, my darling, how could you hurt me so? Baby, when all I did was love you. Oh, what a terrible, terrible.
Okay, I got it.
So that's what, so we've taken fantastic opportunity to use these facilities. Like I said, they have great staff, great people. So I'm saying if you're a person that wants to get in on the television production work, even West Coast Jazz, whatever your interests are, you help us with our show, we'll help you with your show.
There you go.
That's what it's all about, right?
Well, and I'm here and I'm ready to bring West Coast Jazz to all the viewers.
Let's go to the studio right now.
Hello again. I'm Von Norberg, and I'm the host and producer of West Coast Jazz. We are doing a joint production with Southwest Community Television Studio in Bloomington and CCX Create Studio in Brooklyn Park. Our executive producer, is Richard A. Claddy. If you're in the northern suburbs and you would like to join our group in assisting us with the production of television and podcast, please contact us through our website at www.jazzwithvon.com. That again is www.jazzwithvon.com. Thank you.